So we are live. Yoda. Well, she was here a little bit ago. She's across the kitchen. She's doing something in the sink.
I was rinsing tomato seeds.
She was rinsing tomato seeds. Let's see who we got in the house. We got Terminator saying that she had a nice warm day today. So it been cold at night there in Canada, but it warmed up today. We got Eagle Lover Texas, who has still not gotten any rain.
Uh-oh.
We got Yankee Watchdog. How you doing, my man? Leather Homestead. Oh, who else we got? It looks like that's it. So welcome. It's Tuesday night. It's time for our Tuesday night live.
Fix the camera a little bit?
Do what?
Do you need to fix the camera a little bit?
Why? What do I need to do? Where do you want it?
I mean, so that I'm not, cut off.
There.
Is
Is that better?
I don't know.
Hang on, guys. We didn't get her phone book to sit on.
Now you're out of it.
Oh my gosh, you're killing me. Hang on.
Sorry.
There. How's that? Is that better? Silver Lining, how you doing? Well, it was kind of a low-key week around here, to be honest with you. The heat broke.
Yeah.
It was low-key. You don't...
I've
Hey.
been cooking like nobody's business.
Hey, Dusty Country Road, how's it going?
Hey. And then somebody came in with a bunch of strawberries and interrupted my production. Now the strawberries are holding me up. It's all good. We got a good dessert out of it. So.
Yeah. But so why don't you tell them why you've been cooking so much and what you've been doing?
Well, we're trying to get ready for the rest of the festivals. And you guys know we sent a bunch of food to
Chuck.
All American Sun Oven. And so I have to catch up. So that's what I've been doing. I've been playing catch up. And because of the heat, I can only cook at certain times and then trying to get all that stuff done. I think I'd like to pull out all 3 Sun Ovens and then try to do something with that. I want to pull Sun Oven, our food, and Harvest Right together and do some kind of video collaboration on that. I think that would be fun. Because I can get about 24 meals, depending on what it is, for the large freeze dryer. And each Sun Oven will do 8 meals. So it's a no-brainer. We can do that. And we'll just kind of put that together and kind of see what happens. I think it would be fun. Plus a challenge for me. So, and I'm home for a little bit, so I might as well.
Lucy says she did 3 batches of wild blackberry jam
Yummy.
on top of some bread and butter pickles too, right, Lucy? You've been a cannon full, taking advantage of this good weather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't wait.
For what?
Good weather.
Oh yeah.
I've got my extra large freeze dryer coming.
Yeah.
And so
Tell them how you manage that.
What do you mean? Oh, from festivals and stuff. Yeah, just pinching pennies and getting that stuff done.
Yeah.
So, but got that ordered and then spoke with Matt this afternoon. We were trying to take care of another family that we met out at Ozark Homestead that is ordering their freeze dryer. And so with the emails going back and forth, it was kind of a no-brainer. While I had him, why not go ahead and grab it? So they sent me the invoice this afternoon and I got it paid. So 10 days.
No, Silver Lining, we will not have any there to sell. But what we
might have a couple. We could do a couple.
You're not going to be able to order them in time, are you?
Yeah.
And plus, you just bought an extra large freeze dryer.
It'll be fine.
Okay, if you
We'll get them. I've got 2 festivals before Midwest. And so we'll get some ordered. And in fact, I'll talk to Tripp and see what we can get done. So yes, if you want one, let me know. I'll reserve one for you and make sure we have it there.
Yeah.
$4.69. You'll get all the extra stuff with it. We'll have everything there. So.
Yep. So I was looking at their website the other day, and it's $4.49 for the base Sun Oven.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I was like, it kind of struck me as weird because our price is $4.69,
Mm-hmm.
so it's actually $20 more expensive.
Except.
But then I started thinking about it. You get free shipping, which is almost $30, probably more. You get free shipping inside the United States. You get the cookbook and the
Dehydrating
dehydrator
rack.
rack, and then the water purification
Mhm.
thing.
To get all that extra.
So yeah, I was kind of concerned when I looked at it, and I was like,
No, you really do save money.
You do.
You
You
do.
do. If I once I sat down and I thought it through, I was like, okay, this is a good deal.
Yeah.
This is a good deal.
In fact, I was thinking about ordering one myself so that I had the dehydrating rack and the water purifier.
Are you gonna order? Are you gonna order the? Are you gonna order the one off our influencer link?
Yeah.
So you get all the extras for everybody.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Trip walked me through that, so I know how to do it. So we'll have them out there. And if there's a few of you or whatever, anybody that wants one, if you're going to be at Midwest Preparedness Festival, let me know. I'll get those ordered and I'll have them there for you.
There's Tiger.
Hi.
Well, it was a pretty low key week. I mean, I got a 3-day weekend, 3.5-day weekend, and I got a lot done. I got a couple of videos shot. One, rehabbing a tent for somebody, and the second thing, I started a landscaping project. And hey, knock it off. Dog's over here chewing on a box.
She's got a cardboard thing for some reason today.
They've been eating cardboard all day long.
Oh.
But I started a landscaping project using an old piece of farm equipment that was in back, and
Looks pretty neat.
yeah, when we're done, it's going to be pretty good. Because I'm gonna do it as a native
Get some native flowers and that kind of stuff around.
So I think it'll look pretty cool. And so I'll have those videos up and ready for you here in the next week or two. Started building a flammable shed, a shed for all our flammable materials, which was really kind of interesting yesterday because the heat broke, right? I think we talked about that last Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I was out there working on it yesterday, and it got so hot in the afternoon that every time I touched the metal, it burned my hands. I had to actually quit working until it got cooler.
Cool down.
Oh, that's right, Tiger. Tiger, why'd you get time off? I know you told us. You were getting. I think you were getting surgery of some sort. I feel bad. I'm so terrible with this stuff, guys.
Watchdog that said that.
So what else has been going on?
So just a lot of stuff. Finally got the dogs under control. So that kind of, sort of, in a way. I'll take a few bad things versus death. So we've got that going. Everybody knows that they're kind of on a tightrope. And so have all that done, and then
just vacation.
Freeze drying galore. And I'm gonna send you some stuff for some labels. I'm gonna weigh some stuff out, and I'm gonna need labels.
Okay.
And I need a lot of them, so I need to know if I need to order more labels.
All right.
And then so we'll get that done, and then you guys will be excited. Well, those of you that have tried it will be excited. Some that don't know it are gonna go, what? But I found Catfish on sale. Responsible company, and so I've got catfish salsa ready for the freeze dryer. And if you've never had that, like some people go catfish salsa and then they're grossed out about it. It's actually really good.
Have you ever?
I'll do a video on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do a video on it. I just wanted to get that first batch done just so I had backup for the freeze dryer. Starting because of the heat. I'll make it while one batch is in the freeze dryer, and then I'll make the next batch and then throw those trays in the freezer and freeze them so that I just take from the freezer into the freeze dryer, from the kitchen into the freezer. So that's what I got going on right now because the strawberries it's the heat, it's not the strawberries, but because of the heat back there, and then I left, and so we had to lock everything up. And so when I did that, it got really hot back there, and that will make your load go for a longer dry time. But I have everything under control, and I've got one batch in the fridge, one batch in one freezer, and then one batch in the freeze dryer. So I'll get everything switched out again tonight, and hopefully, and it is cooling down, so I can feel it. So it should be done tonight.
Yeah, this whole not using the AC is a new thing for us. In fact, I was trying to remember the last time we went without AC for any extended period of time.
It was when lightning hit our AC in Pleasant Hill.
Right, at the first house. Yep. So it's been 20 years,
Has it
15,
been
15
up
16 years.
2000? We moved there 2004 in that house, and I think the lightning hit it, 2006?
So
And
15
we
years,
went 2
17
years. Yeah, we went 2 years without it.
So yeah, this is, and then, but we didn't have the freeze dryer, and that house was
Right.
much better insulated than this thing is.
Yeah. We're getting there, though. We're working on things here and there, so it's getting there.
Yeah, that's one
The
of the,
back of the house is much cooler.
yes,
Much cooler.
yes, it is.
That you getting those holes filled and all of that,
Well,
and then changing the garage into the pantry made a huge difference.
Oh yeah,
Huge.
So that house back there, the metal house, like she said, I closed the roof of that old garage off and made the pantry out of it, and it'll get up to 130 degrees, 150 degrees up in that attic when the sun's shining, but you can't feel it. And then whenever we redo the floor back there, I'm gonna put earth tube underneath the flooring so we can get some of that cold air transferred up into the house itself.
Yeah, because it's been 65, 68 degrees under there.
Yeah.
During the summer.
Yeah.
So so we'll get that done, and then it'll be good. So yeah, super exciting. And then we've got a few things coming up. Oh, all right. For Midwest Preparedness Festival, I got an email from Nancy and Matthew at Buffalo Seed Company today. And those seeds, they're going to help sponsor this with us. And they are sending seeds for the seed tray. And they're getting mailed out tomorrow. So they will be here by the time Midwest Preparedness Festival comes.
No, they're not going to be there. They got a scheduling.
They have a scheduling conflict and they cannot be there. We were really hoping they were going to be, but they can't. So they're sending seeds.
But the schedule did come out of the events. It's on the website, which is right there down there, scrolling at the bottom of the screen. If you go to the Midwest Preparedness project.com, you can see the schedule, and it looks like it's going to be pretty good, a pretty good week.
Yeah, and then Sulphur Lands Festival. Holy cow! I saw the lineup for that as speakers, and I got so excited. I get to see some old friends, and I'm super excited.
Spags made it back. Spags made it back from dove hunting. Him being a killer.
That was a haul. That was pretty good.
Yeah, he cut so much grief for the videos he posted.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No telling.
That's crazy. So yeah, so super exciting. So the seeds are coming. Then we have Sulphur Lands Festival. The lineup for that, like I said, just absolutely incredible. And I wasn't asked. I was just put on the spot. So that'll be interesting to see. I guess I'm speaking twice, and then you're with me, right, for the food preservation.
Somebody's got to watch the tent.
Well, we'll have to hopefully hope that people are there, or people are just going to have to understand that they got to take whatever it is 30 minutes out and not buy anything.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. We want to share our experience, so you guys are
there. You go.
Aware.
Spags caught all kinds of grief, but in fact, he's so excited he's yelling. Those are his highest viewed videos. Hey, you tick those people off, man. They'll flock to you. And if you can figure out a way to make money off them, do it.
Do it. Why not? Yeah. So got a phone call today from somebody that we met out at Ozark Festival, Homestead. And so got a call from them. I think we got everything straightened out. They're getting ready to order their harvest rate, and we had some confusion. So I think that was both on our side and that side, but we got it figured out. Talked with Matt at Harvest Right today, and got all that taken care of. So I think we're good. And then I'm trying to think what else. There's it's like little stuff, just trying to get business together and getting all of that. We need more flyers, more cards, and all that stuff. I need you to do that because I sent all that out to American.
Remind me.
I will.
There you go, Wes. Camden, Tennessee, weekend of October 14th. Yeah, it's gonna be
fun.
It should be a good weekend, even though I still don't like doing all the traveling. That it should
or the camping.
It should be okay.
Yeah, that'll be fine. It'll be fine. And then trying to get the eggs together. I need to go out and collect again. Trying to get the eggs together. Refrigerator space taken care of so we can get everything in there. So we've got fresh farm eggs and just all kinds of fresh farm food for breakfast, lunch, and one dinner, maybe two. So
At Self-Reliance?
At Self-Reliance Festival. Well, and then breakfast, lunch, and dinner at Midwest.
Yeah.
So, so I'll be cooking it both. But I just want to make sure you guys have some good, healthy food.
I'm gonna be running back and forth between here and Midwest.
I know it's going to be difficult for me, but we'll get it done. And there's plenty of people that will jump in. You know, Nikki, I can count on her every time. Patty and Darren, if they're not doing anything, I can plan on them every time. So, you know, I've got plenty of people to help.
All right. So if you're planning on making the Three Sisters, the North American Spags, if you're still on here, correct me if I get this wrong, the North American Preparedness Tour, is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, that's it.
If you are going to make all three of those, when you go to Kentucky Sustainable Living Festival, you're going to have the opportunity, once we verify that you were at all three, you're going to have the opportunity to buy a special edition T-shirt to commemorate you completing the 2023 North American Preparedness Tour. And it's just going to be a basic T-shirt that says something like, I survived the 2023 North American Preparedness Tour. And on the back, it's going to have the logos and dates of all three places. Everybody still haven't heard back from Jason on Kentucky Sustainable.
We'll get it. We'll just
no, I did. I heard back from Shelley. So yes, I do have all three
logos. Did you see Nicole and Letty's? Did you see their message? They sent the logos.
Yeah.
They wanted to make sure it was high enough resolution.
Yeah, I haven't.
If that was going to work.
I haven't responded back,
Okay.
and they want to know if they could buy 100 shirts. And
yeah,
they're not going to be able to buy that from Ghost. I don't think you can do that kind of volume.
Why don't you talk to him? If he starts on it now, possibly he could.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna anyway.
If he
We'll
starts now,
figure it out.
Yeah.
Faith, I don't know. I don't know if they're coming or not.
Who's that?
If Darren and Pat are going to.
I don't know.
We haven't talked to them in we haven't talked to them
in
a week or two.
Yeah. They were on the last live. Everybody's busy.
Yeah, everybody's real
We're
busy.
all busy.
Big announcement tomorrow about that Midwest Preparedness Project. First live with Jason and Nicole.
Oh.
So the organizers of all three. There we go. All three festivals are going to be there.
Yep. Super cool.
Well, there you go. Okay, Skeins wants to know when tomorrow.
Well, if you go into his page and hit notifications, as soon as it pops up, it'll let you know. You'll get, what is it, like a 10-minute warning or something like that it's coming on, and then you can go in there. Yeah. So, but I'll be, if Nicole's involved, it's probably, I'm going to say probably about noon, 11, somewhere in there.
Central Standard.
Yeah.
1 p.m.
1 p.m. Yeah, see.
1 p.m. tomorrow.
Central Standard Time.
Is it going to be on, which channel is it on? Spags?
Probably all three.
Is it simulcast on all three?
Yeah, probably all three.
Oh.
But yeah, so make sure you check that out and then get some behind the scene action there. It's always fun to see what happens back there.
Well, HG, you're not too terribly far from us. You could make a day trip. Well, probably a little bit longer than a day trip for you. You can make an overnight camping trip if you find somebody to watch the Homestead.
Mm-hmm.
So Spag says it's going to be on all three. That, and we finally got the design for our special shirt. Our special shirt for Midwest Preparedness Festival. We finally got it. In fact, I need to finish the initial order for them.
Yeah.
And I think you guys, this will be a fun one.
Yeah.
There's going to be some very happy people. And,
it'll be fun, and they're limited.
Yeah,
limited edition.
They're going to be limited edition. So. So Faith is only going to be able to do SRF.
Yeah,
Skeins is going to do Midwest Preparedness Festival. So who's going to volunteer to go to Kentucky Sustainable Living?
Of course, then they wouldn't qualify for the shirt because they only made one, not all three. You got to make all three.
I know, but we want to support Jason too. Want to make sure that he gets some love.
He needs some butts in the seats. He's got a good lineup out there.
And it's free.
Yeah.
Doesn't cost anything.
Right. And so they got some neat vendors out there. And I'm not just saying that because we're going to be there, but no, he really has some neat vendors lined up and speakers and that kind of thing. Billy Bond will be there, and he'll be in Kentucky. And I think Back to the Land as well.
Yeah.
So Back to the Land's coming up. That's I've got the reservation, and then Back to the Land comes up the end of the month. So we'll go do that. I need to verify a couple of things. Oh, and we need to get with Nicole, and we need to find out. So from Ozark Homestead Festival or Expo, we got a vendor invitation. They want us back out there. Okay. It's in March. So I think it's like the 23rd through the 25th.
We'll have to see.
Something like that. I know.
If it doesn't conflict.
Yeah, we have people that we're dedicated to first. So let's figure that out. But we need to reserve and do all that.
I'm not going to lie. I kind of like to stay away from festivals like Ozark Homestead.
Why? It was pretty good.
Well, yeah, financially we did well, but it's not.
No, it was good speakers and.
But
good
I know, but
people.
it's not the type. It's not the type of festivals that we normally go to.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't understand your thought process there because I don't know. I completely felt different. But everybody's got their right to their own opinion. Figure it out when we get there. But I also know that SRF is in March, so we need to figure that one out.
Yeah, I'd rather go to SRF than.
Yeah, but if it's the same weekend as Oklahoma, I don't know. I think I would do Missouri over Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But
anywho, it's my opinion. I'm allowed to have my opinion.
But Oklahoma was good too. So
we haven't been to a bad one aside from just the PIA of traveling. We have not been to a bad festival yet. Every festival we've gone to, we've met some great people, and they've
networked and
been really good festivals.
Yeah. So it's been good. And then we need to figure out how to get Mike and Jen up here. Apparently they're sweet potatoes and green people.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. So we have all kinds of fodder for our animals. So we need to figure out how to get them next door.
On that property?
I don't care what property, but somewhere close. We need to figure that one out. But yeah, and they were fun. We met them at Midwest Preparedness Festival and then saw them out at Ozark. So
Rosie's going to go. Yeah, but that's just right in your backyard, Rosie. I would expect no less. It's a date. That's not even a day trip for her. That's like a jaunt down the road about 30 minutes.
I don't know. I got to look at the address and plan and figure all that out. Decide if we're going to camp or if we're going to get a hotel. Probably we're going to camp because I just got the freeze dryer ordered.
Might as well.
So we'll probably do that. I think Hacks, I think they're camping too. So we're going to do that. Might as well. So we'll figure it out. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so then there's that. We got a busy
couple of months.
2 months. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Oh.
I hate it because I can't work on the property. And I'm just now getting to the point where I'm actually feeling like we're getting back on track. Mm-hmm. Starting on this fuel building was a huge thing for me because we've had this. It's an 8x10 metal shed.
Are you going to be there? Let her Homestead. I'll do some brownies for you. I got 3 stun ovens. I'll do some brownies for you.
Yeah, we can do brownies.
We can do brownies.
But the flammable shed, we've had this 8x10 metal shed in a box for the last year and a half, and I'm finally able to get to it.
Was the box still viable?
Well, I had to take everything out of it.
Well, I just didn't know if it was still put together or not.
It was disintegrating. Yeah. But we're getting to the point now to where I'm actually feeling like we're getting back on track. not just fighting the tide. You know what I mean?
And it's nice now the company is starting to make some money. So now that we've invested quite a bit back into the company, like guys, that extra large freeze dryer is huge. I can do so much more volume. And so now that we've got that going, now I can put the money that came to start the company from the household income that can start going back to the household so that we can get all this stuff done and finished. And winter's coming up, which we're going to want to work inside the house anyway, so it works out fine.
Yeah, but I spent a good part of the week cleaning up.
Swap brownies for leather. Okay.
I used a better part of the week picking up trash again. Just taking stuff and getting.
It's looking really good.
Oh, it's looking better.
Yeah, and I noticed that the chickens and turkeys and everybody are much happier. We let the sheep and goats out to roam. Was that yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, and put the electrical fence up, and they did fine. Nobody jumped the fence.
Well,
they were out most of the day. Right?
No. That's not true. That's not a true statement.
Uh-oh.
Everybody was not fine. They were out most of the day, and then I stuck my head out, and they were all back in the pen. And I thought, oh, they're so well behaved. They didn't get out.
Oh, you didn't catch me up.
And I did. I told you this yesterday. I go out there, and Buckwheat, the dwarf ram,
everybody went in. Yeah,
the dwarf ram had gotten his horns caught up in the unelectrified fence, and then managed to spin around and wrap it around his face, and had it one foot right up here, and it was all in his great big horns.
Yeah,
and it took me an hour and a half to get him undone. I didn't want to cut the fence, but it took me an hour and a half because I almost get him done, and he'd jump up and start thrashing around and make it worse. So
I don't know. I can't remember where Wes lives, but there's several people that go through Missouri to get to Camden. To catch a ride, it's probably no big deal, and you can camp out there. So it would just be if you can, get the time off and then that kind of thing.
Well, then you got to pay for tickets too.
Oh, yeah, I guess
Well, Skanes is closer to Camden than we are.
Of course she is. Of course she is. We're farther west than she is.
Tickets are still on sale.
Yeah, $95 for the full package, I think. So, did I see Letty in here? No, Letty's not in here.
Chuck was in here. Chuck's going to be giving his class.
Yeah,
on Friday.
Kentucky, yeah.
On Friday
and Midwest. He's going to be at all three.
So again, now they're just rubbing it in. Everybody's talking about how close they are.
3.5 hours. Yeah, no.
It's an 11.5-hour drive for us.
Was it 11.5? By the time you potty and eat and all that stuff, is more like forever. But it's fine. We enjoy it, so not a big deal. But yeah, I think if you're somewhere on the route, there's probably somebody, look, you got people from Louisiana, you got people from Kansas, you got people from California. Everybody's driving out. There's probably a ride you could pick up somewhere. So carpool is cool, but also if you're control freak, don't carpool.
Or if you don't know that, I'm sorry, if you don't know I'm not riding cross country with somebody I don't know.
Well, I mean,
at least marginally, because last thing I need to do is end up in an unmarked grave someplace.
You think that's gonna happen?
Or somebody's caprese salad. You know what I mean?
Gross. Oh man, it's disgusting and crazy.
He's in Paola,
Kansas. So yeah. There's probably people going through Paola. That's right.
No, even Paola's closer than we are. It's a long haul, guys. Mm-hmm. Seriously, it's about an hour and a half too long to do in one stint comfortably. Now we do it in one stint, but by the time I get done driving that route, I'm toasted. Yeah. Seriously,
you're tired.
And then we got to set the tents up.
And I'm usually screaming, "Can we stop to use the bathroom? Yes. How can we stop to use the bathroom?"
Somebody drinks gallons and gallons of unsweet tea and Diet Coke.
It's Diet Coke.
She drinks, yeah. So
I have to stay hydrated.
Get you one of those travel buddies.
What for? What?
That you can use to pee while we're in the car.
Oh no, this is not happening. No. But yeah, no. So
Remember we had one of those for the kids? They would never use it.
I don't remember.
You're the one that got it. It had a Jersey cow bag, and anyway.
For camping, maybe. I think we got
A
it. For the lake.
shiwi. There it is. Faith knows what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
no shiwi either. He won't pull over for me to use the bathroom. So how am I going to use
No.
a shiwi in the truck?
No, she goes, pull over.
I actually know the girl. So I actually know the girl. Her dad is the one that invented the shiwi, and so it's kind of fun. So I actually have a few, but we don't. I've never. So we used to do Schutzen together with the German Shepherds. So yeah, she's an old
Oh my
friend.
God, there's gonna be 3. I'm not going anywhere near that tent.
I'm gonna wait. See what?
She's gonna have her daughter.
Oh, so I'll be headed back to Louisiana afterwards. Okay, all right. Oh, that's the extra that's staying with us. I asked you that last week. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not camping out there.
Just want to make sure. How's your daughter's games? Make sure I'm on my best behavior.
So she's Skanes' daughter, so she can't be too reverent.
You never know, you know. So I only want one time all the way to Midwest.
See,
We
It
went
can't-
one time all the way to Midwest. Fairness last time. Yeah. Well, I don't know what to tell you. It's not healthy.
yeah, see, Rosie's really rubbing it in.
I'm just saying, like, if you were healthy, you would be peeing frequently and you would be pooping 3 times a day. That's a healthy guy. Just saying.
Are we going to talk about schedules? Is that the?
I'm just saying.
What's your guys' schedule? Whether you're home or you're traveling, what's your schedule? Now we know what her schedule is because she just shared it with the world. So if any of you want to share your schedule
It's
with
like
the
when
world,
you have a baby, right? You just got to figure out how many bottles, how often, and then, their schedule. So it just is what it is. It doesn't change when you grow up. So
my husband, Julie cooked. My husband tried to give me a coffee can to go in. It didn't even make it to the car. It just wasn't happening.
yeah, no.
Don't like it.
My dad, there was only one time that I had to urinate in the truck, and it was awful.
See,
We lived in Coronado in San Diego,
TMI.
and the Olympic torch they were running through, and we got stuck behind it. And so I had to go to the bathroom so bad. And my dad was like, here's a bottle. And I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? Luckily, I was a kid. I didn't care. I just had to go. So, yeah, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed.
See, look,
You
it's
just got to pull over.
Eagle Ever says TMI. Wes says, no, we don't want to know. But thank you for sharing.
We're all human.
If you're working outside, actually, it's in the heat, no pee, all sweat. Actually,
I don't know about
you're supposed to hydrate enough that you do have to pee, which is where most of us go wrong.
that. Yeah.
I know I almost got there Saturday.
Yeah. In this heat anyway. So I guess it just depends on where
Well, and I was so somebody at Midwest Preparedness Festival had a tent and it rained and it was leaking and it was waterlogged, so they couldn't take it home with them because it was too big and too heavy.
Yeah.
So somehow a month later, it ended up on my front porch. I'm not quite sure how that happened. I didn't have anything to do with it.
I have a hard time saying no.
But I decided I shot a video, so you guys are going to see the tent. But this thing is huge. This thing's a monster tent, and I was working in it Saturday, and the sun was shining so bright. It's got these metal poles in the middle of it, and they were hot to the touch. And all that was sticking out of the top was the little pin that goes through the grommet.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only thing that was sticking out of the top, and it was so hot you couldn't touch it. And then on the inside of the tent, it was just humid, and I was spraying waterproofing stuff in there. Well, JB, glad you could stop by, man.
Mm-hmm.
We're just talking about her schedule.
Stop it. Just trying to help everybody be healthy. Just be healthy. Like, this is one of the things we do. Like, Homesteaders, we do have these conversations. And so, just got to figure out what's healthy and what's not. And everybody's different. I get it. But
Are we that close? 140 to make 3,000. Wow. Well,
Say
thank you.
what?
Thank you, Starla, for
Oh,
reminding us. I'll have to go look that up.
yeah. I think we're at
Yeah.
2
You know, in all seriousness, if
2863 or something
if you
like
do want to, if you do want to help the channel, any channel, not just ours, hitting the
that. Like, share,
like, share,
subscribe.
subscribe, that all
Helps.
works. And then here, I want to show you what I just released. Where is it? Well,
Oh, you know what else was really interesting? We got a notification, and I'm not sure who this Farmstead is or who did the video, but we got a notification that we were actually had a shout out and a feature on what was it, the 10 top homestead channels to visit, and we were part of that. So thank you.
so I just released this shirt on our bonfire store. So if you know any mama bears and you really want to support the channel, you can go to the bonfire store and get this shirt. And we don't get much out of it, but I actually
These are more just for you guys.
Yeah, these are more for you guys, but every little bit helps.
Mhm.
And I actually made this shirt for Callie Blackwell after meeting her last spring.
Yeah.
And I just now got it up and running, and so it's available on the bonfire store. And the links down below, and there's other shirts on there. Crazy thing. So last year I made a t-shirt for the bonfire store. And it was the pumpkin spice Adderall t-shirt. And it said, it was like pumpkin orange. And if you didn't know this, the capsules for Adderall are actually fall colored. They're like pumpkin orange and light brown. It's really weird. And it said, it's fall, back to school time for pumpkin spice Adderall. And they won't let me put that up anymore. I had it up for sale, and all of a sudden they quit.
I think it has something to do with the Adderall reference.
I don't know.
I think it does.
I don't know.
They're trying to. It's really interesting. They'll push porn and let anybody do porn, but yet when you say something, you speak out against something, then you're shut down. I was actually listening to somebody on the radio today. They were talking about that.
Well,
It's
and
unbelievable.
that's one of the reasons why we're using Ghost for our shirts that we're keeping on hand and stuff. Ghost Design or GhostShopDesigns.com or shop.
No, Ghost Designs.
Ghost.
Shop.
Oh, GhostDesigns.shop.
Told you, gotta memorize this stuff.
You know what? I got too much stuff in my head as it is.
I know. So,
But that's the reason why we're using him, is because he does a lot of stuff. He does a lot of irreverent stuff too.
yeah,
But-
and then we just take the shirts to festival, and you guys buy them up, and then we order more and take them to the next festival, and it all works out.
Yep.
And as soon as we have time, we'll get the website designed and finished, and then have that full store up, so you'll be able to get your t-shirts off the website.
Yeah,
as well.
our Grumpy Acres Farm.com needs to be revamped, something fierce,
Mhm.
and we just haven't had time. Just have not had
Try
time.
and stay with festivals, but this winter we'll get everything done. And
Yeah.
hopefully. And
So
then get that going.
Rickster wants some free Yoda Yummies at 3. We weren't going to do a giveaway at
We
3,000.
weren't. We weren't. We were going to save it for 5.
Yeah, we're going to save it for 5.
Mhm.
Five is the next milestone.
Mhm.
You know, and it seems like we're picking up subscribers at a faster and faster pace. Okay, what'd she say here? I get Route 44 ice, nibble on it the whole trip, decreases stops, keeps awake and hydrated. Yeah, this one doesn't drive, so she sleeps and just guzzles it.
Drink like a camel. I probably go through a gallon of iced tea a day.
Something like that.
Yeah. And then one.
That can't be good for your liver or your kidneys.
My kidneys are great. I just had a checkup.
Yeah.
My kidneys are perfectly healthy. I'm perfectly healthy. Like, there's no issues. So, I mean, I don't know what you were talking about. Whatever I'm doing right. Dr. Amy says I'm good.
Okay, so where are we going next? Oh, let's talk about some current events, if you will.
Oh, Lord.
So a one Mr. Bill Gates just purchased 1.7 million shares of InBev. So he is hedging his bets and hoping to get rich off this. And I can't help but wonder if this whole Bud Light thing was not some way of him covertly tanking the brand so he could buy a bunch of shares dirt cheap and sell them whenever it rebounds. Because eventually it's going to rebound. People have short memories.
The interesting part is that he did that, and the Bush family was actually trying to buy the company back. So it's very, very interesting that all of this is happening. So if you think there's not corruption behind the scenes, guess again.
So now,
So you gotta make sure things are in writing and everything is spelled out. And I've made those mistakes. So it is what it is. Suck it up and deal with it.
and then what else happened this week that was interesting? Burning Man. You guys been following the Burning Man saga this year?
What is that?
You know what Burning Man is, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
That's where all the hippies. Okay, first off.
Oh, is that the devil worship thing?
It's pagan. It's pagan.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard something
So,
about devil worship.
So first off, before we go on, is there anybody in the crowd that's actually been to Burning Man?
Is that like Dragon Festival
I don't know what Dragon
in
Festival.
Colorado?
No.
Because I think it's pagan too. I haven't been there.
So Eagle Lover, let's see here. So have you been to Burning Man, Eagle Lover? So and the reason why I ask is because it's someone say hippies. Yep, we said hippies 3 times and you showed up, VR.
We have to call Aunt Vicky and see if she's been to Burning Man. I bet she has.
Well, they got rain. So they have Burning Man out in Nevada or Utah. I can't remember which. Utah. And it's out in the middle of a great big mud flat.
Okay.
A dried up lake bed.
Okay.
And they got a ton of rain this last week, and it turned it into a 12 inches of mud, and they're just now able to start. It's in Nevada.
Okay. Oh, that's right. The roads were closed. They couldn't get out and all of that stuff. Oh, okay. All right.
I was watching something today. It was a 9-hour traffic jam because everybody was trying to leave at the same time.
Yeah.
And this is one of those things. Two things here. Number one, the way the media portrayed it was much worse than what.
Oh yeah, there were all kinds of stories like
Ebola was breaking out and all.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Oh, you didn't hear that? No, somebody
I just heard like devil worship and that kind of stuff.
Well, so. the Burning Man's a pagan thing. It is a pagan thing, and there's probably
that's not devil worship.
There's probably some devil worship going on there. Oh, here we go.
There, so I don't know.
So Virginia, and now these little crustacean dinosaur shrimp are popping up, and their eggs are in the sand. I bet that freaks some people out.
That's funny. Seriously, is that true?
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah,
I believe it.
That's crazy. Ooh, dinosaurs are coming back. Ooh, it's always something.
But yeah, so they were stuck, but they were stuck up there, and the part of me is like they deserve what they get. Seriously, they deserve what they get, because a lot of these people. Yes, Virginia says it's true because it was on the internet.
It'll just be funny to see the story. Imagine what was going on.
But there's tons of people that fly up there and use private jets and do all this stuff, and then they lecture us about being environmentally sound. Okay, so that's one thing, and they're very smug about it all. And then they get up there, and the prepper in me is like, geez, they went up there with just enough food for the week, and so when they couldn't get out for 3 or 4 days, they were stuck there, and they had to really
screwed.
Really had to get concerned about.
Anybody that has traveled with me knows I always take more food than what we need, always, and then I'm scrambling when we get back.
God, I'm eating leftovers for weeks.
Spoil. But yeah, no, you always take more than what you need.
Yeah. But it was just.
And perhaps had they had Grumpy Acres freeze-dried food, it wouldn't have been so heavy, and they'd have been fine.
And yeah, that's right. Had their cars been filled with Grumpy Acres freeze-dried food,
That's right.
they would not have weighed as much. They would not have sunk into the mud, and they could have gotten out.
Correct.
Somebody's coming up.
I agree with it. Hey, baby.
Hey, you guys, hang on a second, guys.
Wait, it happens every year?
The rain and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Crazy. I don't know.
There we go.
It's all those tarps and it's raining, but so many people had no water. Are you kidding me? Oh, I totally missed a lot. I'm gonna have to really look this up.
Oh yeah. So, and if you guys missed this one, this was awesome. So a bunch of stop the oil people blocked the road going to Burning Man, and it was on a piece of tribal highway.
Mm-hmm.
They had a trailer across the road, and the tribal ranger rammed it with his truck, busted it off the road, came out with his gun drawn, and put everybody on the ground and put them in handcuffs.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, this is awesome.
You don't mess with another government. You just don't do that.
This is indigenous peoples versus climate change people.
Yeah.
Man, who wins that? Well, we know who won that battle.
Right.
Hey, Tag, how you doing?
Craziness. Hey, Tags.
Yeah, Virginia, that was Dolly. That was one of the border collies, and they're a mess. They fight all the time. They got bonked on the head 2 nights ago.
They just play rough.
Well, they were doing it on top of me. They were fighting on top of me, which was not cool.
What do you say? I missed it.
Where?
Usually, what?
Start raining the area until October.
Well, I don't know. Just should have been more prepared. Guess what I'm saying is, if you're going to go environmental, know what the hell you're doing.
The first issue that came forth was hundreds of porta potties filled up. Oh yeah.
Oh, of course.
That'll do you in.
Yeah.
That'll do you in quicker than anything.
Yeah. And then did they account for how many porta potties they needed for the amount of people that were there? I mean, we've experienced it. So
well, even if they did, they were there an extra 4 days.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
And then the trucks couldn't get in a pump, right? So there's that. So what provisions did you have to fix that?
I'm digging a
Did you
cat
have a
hole.
bucket to poop in? Probably not.
You always have a bucket
I got a bucket.
because you know your schedule.
Oh man.
See, Tag and B been doing the solar oven thing. Have you guys seen their shorts? B's been doing her
short
Yep.
videos. Yeah.
first
She's
this
good.
winter. In the wintertime it's wood cooking, and in the summertime, what is it, Tag? It's solar cooking. She made pizza. She made eggs on toast, and she made what else? What else she make, Tag? Go over their channel and check it out. They did some pretty good shorts on that.
You don't love her. You're gonna take me down a rabbit hole. I see it now. I'll be laughing all the way to the bank. Man,
She can tell you what was on her shows though.
Huh?
You got your shows that you listen to.
They're all reruns. It's been a holiday weekend. Nothing's new. Yellowstone, even they're starting from the very beginning, and then it comes on the 17th after 60 Minutes, which I think CBS bought it for a reason so that they could promote 60 Minutes. Because you remember 60 Minutes always goes over about 30 minutes. And to get the numbers, you only have to be on for 10 minutes, I think it is. And so then they get the views and all of that stuff, so their ratings go up. But so I think
you realize that they put that up against Sunday Night Football.
I don't watch football.
Well, I know you don't, but
it doesn't matter. A lot of people don't watch football anymore. No. Are you watching football?
No, I'm not watching football.
So a lot of people are not watching football.
I'm not watching.
You want to take a knee? I'm going to take a couch and not watch you. I'm going to turn the channel.
I'm not watching Yellowstone on Sunday night either.
I will watch that.
See, okay. Give me a hit one if you guys have watched Yellowstone. So I'm not gonna lie, I like the series. I really do.
It's a really good series.
We had
1886 is really good too.
Well, and we had cable. We had cable and got to catch the first 2 seasons of Yellowstone, and then I got caught up later on. Somebody gave me a thumb drive with them on there.
No, it doesn't fit. We haven't been able to watch that.
But
unless you watched it without me.
no, I haven't watched it.
Okay.
But it's not a show that should be on network TV. I'm sorry that
It's everything that's happening in the world today.
well, I know, but that doesn't make it right. See, Wes has watched it. And I'm sorry, and I like the show. Don't get me wrong, I like the show. I just don't think it's a primetime Sunday evening show.
But yet, all day, all night, I got to see homosexuals kissing and, 3 partners instead of whatever. And, this kind of thing is all shoved down our face. But I can't watch a rancher standing up for his property fighting back against the system. I'm just saying. And so that's
he's not fighting back against the system. He's murdering people.
He's
just as bad. He is just as bad.
No, what are you talking
The
about?
Duttons are just as bad as everybody else on that. There are no good guys on that show.
Yeah, there are. Sometimes you got to get your hands a little dirty to do what's right.
See,
what was that movie? The Stand. The documentary that we watched.
It wasn't a documentary.
We're based on a true story. And so if you guys have the time and the ability, go watch The Stand. That was actually
no, it's
really
The Stand in Paxton County.
Yeah. Well, it on the little screen it says The Stand.
She tricked me into watching. She tricked me into watching Netflix.
I did not trick him. He's like, "What's this?" And I was like, "Really good documentary. I just watched it." Well, so I watched one documentary and then this one backed up to it. So you know how it's like, if you like movies like this, that kind of thing, and this one popped in, and I'm glad I watched it. It's actually really good. Actually, pretty damn scary too. So watch it. Take it into consideration.
The hook of the movie is that environmental activists are the bad guys.
Title 23 in, was it North Dakota or South Dakota?
North Dakota.
Title 23. And if you don't think that's coming for your back door, you're wrong.
Well, this is the Stand in Paxton County, and the Title 23 is something that was passed. It's a real law in North Dakota, and the sheriff can come to your property, and if they get a complaint with
just you could be driving by and say somebody's animals are look unhealthy or whatever, then they can do a spot inspection. Yeah. And so on that spot inspection, then they come in, and then all of a sudden you get a list of everything that you have to fix. And it was like bizarre, weird stuff. Basically what they're doing, or what they were doing in this story and what they were saying, is that with all of the horses and everything like that, there's actually a name for it. It's a governmental agency. And so they were working with the state and then had the county veterinarian involved as well, and then got the local sheriff involved, and then would put farm hands on, so the farm hands would mess things up.
That's the fiction.
But anyway, what they were doing is they were taking the horses and selling them down in Mexico. To Mexico.
But that's
and it didn't matter if they were sick or healthy.
In real life, there was a rancher and his daughter got sideways with the county government, and they were using Title 23.
Because the farmhand that they had.
No, not in the real life. Not in the real life case.
Did you look it up?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
I did my research.
Okay.
But they can use it to come in, and you're seeing that all over the place. You're here in Kansas. Now, I don't know whatever came of it. I don't know if they ever decided they were going to do this, but last year there was talk that if there was an avian flu outbreak on somebody's private flock, they were going to kill every flock within a 2-mile radius or something like that. Just come on the property and kill your birds without testing them, without doing anything.
Yeah.
And that's
and
where we are.
When they do come in and they test, they're using the same damn needle on every single chicken, every single rabbit. It's unbelievable. So, Faith Kate, I knew that sounded familiar, but I think I just saw it and it was just The Stand.
No,
but he's right. It's The Stand in Paxton County. So, look that one up. It's really good.
And I sat down this week, and when it got hot in the afternoon, I took breaks for a couple hours just because, the heat with my heart condition, the heat really does me in at times. And so I sat down and I sat down and I watched a couple of movies this weekend, which I don't very often do. I don't usually have 2 hours to sit down in one spot. But I watched The Joker. You guys know what that one's about? It's one with Joaquin Phoenix, and it's an alternative Joker story, you know, like the Batman Joker. That's a depressing movie.
It was sick.
And what's really depressing about it is
It's real life.
it mirrors our society in the big
Yeah.
cities today. And it's crazy. And to think that that the reality of it is worse than the fiction.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just, if you know anybody in a big blue dot, man, you should really, as long as they leave their big blue dot stuff behind them, you should really try to help them get out of there.
9 times out of 10 they won't go. That's the problem. They voted for the situation that they're in, so kind of what happens.
But anyway, so that's what I watched on my downtime, just because I needed to relax. And that heat will do you in.
It'll tear you up. So, which is why it's important to make sure that you get lots of fluids in, make sure you're getting your supplements and all of that stuff in. So, Haymaker Punch is really good. You can go ahead and do that. I found when we went to, do you remember what that stuff was called? I found these bottles of water. I didn't have to make it. It was just convenient because I could just grab them and throw them in the cooler. But they actually had do you remember what they were?
They were Truly.
No. True? I don't remember. But there was also a great value.
They were electrolyzed water.
Yeah.
So they had all the sodium and the potassium, the nitrates in it.
A little expensive. I could have made it cheaper, but wasn't bad, and it actually worked. Like, we survived quite a bit when we were at the Ozark Homestead Expo. But it was pretty good.
Listen, it's kind of sad whenever 95 degrees is cool.
Yeah.
At the end of summer.
I was actually getting the chills today when I was getting ready to go. I had to go. Today was milk day, so I had to go pick up milk, and it was really weird. I can't even remember what I was. Oh, I was just trying to get ready. Like, at first, I got really hot and sweaty, and then I was able to cool down. Drank my iced tea, got cooled down, and then went in to go get ready to go, and I got goosebumps, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Am I, right? So warning sign and that kind of thing. It actually cooled down.
Did it?
Oh, yeah. But when I got up top, when I got out of the valley and got up top, the temperature, it was a 20-degree difference.
Yeah. So we live down the bottom of this valley, and we get a microclimate down here. And it's number one, it's never as windy down here as it up top side. And number two, it's always cooler. It's always cooler down here than it is. Whenever you get up on the ridge on any direction, the temperature just goes straight up.
Yeah, it was super, super weird. Well, I guess not 20 degrees. I'm trying to think. It was 89 was what my thermostat was saying when I left the property. By the time I got up top, it was saying, it was like go 111, 112, 113, and it was just going and going. And it seemed like the higher I got, the warmer it got. And I was just like, holy hell, let me get my milk and get out of here. So.
Well, and it was weird. Somebody made a comment on one of our videos about heat. We were talking about the heat, and they were expecting brown grass. It was on the solar oven video.
Yeah.
They were expecting brown grass.
Mm-hmm.
And, we had that heat, but it was only here for a week. And that was really the only hot time this summer. And
when you figure the rain, humidity, all of that stuff. Usually this time of month we would be all brown. Yeah. So
but, we came back. We came back from Ozark Homestead, and the vining plants are all dead, and the climbing tomatoes. Excuse me.
They're not dead. They're still blooming.
Well, but there's parts in the middle.
Oh yeah, in the middle where I haven't trimmed out.
But this property we're on is really well hydrated, and it stays hydrated.
Well, we're river bottom.
Yeah, so. And you can dig down 12 inches any place on this property.
Find water.
And not water, but hydrated soil. Mm-hmm. It's not that hard brown stuff.
Yeah. In fact, when we were putting the gate in, I still won't forget this. You guys were down there actually smelling the dirt. You're like, oh my gosh, this is so great. So
yeah, they used to make fun of me at the old place because I'd be out there and I'd just take a handful of dirt.
No, when you did the gate up here.
I know, but you and the kids used to make fun of me at the old place.
Well, it was funny because when I was sitting there watching you.
Howdy, Grateful Hearts.
Yeah, when I was sitting there watching you guys do it, I could actually smell the dirt, and I was like, man, that is a big difference. Huge difference. But then you get onto other parts of the property and there's way too much water. It's still kind of clay and mud. So we'll figure it out. We'll get it there.
And we have had a hard summer because our pond dried up. And I
Is it completely dry now?
no, it's not completely dry. But
I think we have a leak somewhere. I think Misha's right. I think we
well,
have a
I
leak
don't
somewhere.
see how it would just start leaking
I
like
don't know.
that.
We need to get somebody out here and look at it.
Yeah, but
We've had way too much rain for that.
no, it's been soaking up. The dirt's been soaking it up.
I don't know.
It's still, folks, it's still so dry out there that we've got cracks out in the pasture where I put the goats and sheep out. There are inch-wide cracks from where the ground got started drying up, and then it would rain, and it would just stay like that. So,
What? From like June to what? What? In California? I don't know what part of California you're from, but no. Not where I'm from.
you guys always watered.
No. Not always. The only time you really have a problem is the Santa Ana's when there's really high heat and then no rain. And so that's kind of when that happens and it gets really hot. But I don't know. We were by the coast too, so maybe that's the difference. So I don't know.
I know you get out in Imperial Valley and it turns brown.
Well, of course.
Okay, so you got anything else? We've been at this for a little over an hour.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here thinking I got some stuff I got to go do.
Yeah.
Unless you guys got something you want to talk about.
Yeah, let's see if anybody has anything that they want to talk about or anything.
Down 6, so I hated to waste the day. It was cool.
Oh no. Oh. So in the media, there's been a lot of the coof going on. And so they actually shut down. They had a school closing because of it. And so guys, get ready. It's coming. And they're going to lock us down. They're going to do it. And I'm still not sure. I'm taking bets to see who's right. I've heard October, December, and then February, March right in there. And so possibly May. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll take bets. Maybe we can do like a scorecard or something, kind of figure out who's right. But yeah, it's coming. So get ready for that. New variable. And it was very, very interesting. Dan Bongino was actually talking to a doctor on the radio today, and they were talking about the vaccine for this. Make sure you do your research, pay attention, and there's several concerns. Giving what?
Homesteading in Missouri, 2nd annual swap meet and convention in Sedalia. Good old Sedalia.
This weekend. But yeah, so I don't know. It's kind of what's going on. He needs a what? He needs a t-shirt, not masking on the front, and legal definition.
Okay. Since you bring this up, this is
we can do that.
no. This is something that bothers me. This not what you did, HG. Not what you did. You know, out of all the news articles in 2020, 2021, I can only think of one time that somebody was arrested for not wearing a mask.
Oh no, not in Missouri.
Yeah, only no
They got
nationwide.
trespassing.
In nationwide, there was only one instance that I remember of somebody actually being arrested for not wearing a mask. Everybody else got arrested for trespassing. Now here's what, and I'm not a masker.
Or ticketed.
I'm not wearing a mask. In fact, I had this conversation with my boss today because I really don't want to have to go look for a new job if it comes to it.
Well, at this point, we're lucky enough we can go make $14 an hour at Spangles. We'll be fine.
But the point I'm trying to make is, you know,
Texas may.
If you're freedom minded, now you can disagree with the store owner or the people running the business. You can disagree with them as much as you want. It's their business. If they tell you to leave, you should leave. And that's where these people are getting arrested. And then they turn around and they spin a false narrative. And let's face it, that's what they're doing. They're spinning a false narrative that they were arrested for not wearing a mask. No, they were arrested for trespassing. And think about this: those police officers. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of bad police officers out there. There's a lot of poorly trained police officers. There are a lot of police officers that that abuse their power. And we saw it. We saw it when they were forcibly closing down businesses last time. With those guys on those trespassing calls, they are stuck. If the business owner asks you to leave, then tells you to leave, and you don't leave, and they trespass you, they have no choice but to do that.
Julie, I'm curious, why do you hope Tag is right?
She doesn't want it soon.
Well, of course not. But
she says it's gonna. She knows it's gonna happen, but she doesn't want it to happen soon.
No, I agree, but I don't want it to happen at all. And I think we have to stand up for our rights and say this is not happening. And so, I've got that shirt that says my rights don't end where your feelings begin, and I stand by that. And I've gone in. We had a Costco membership, and I actually left Costco because I wasn't going to wear a mask. I even asked the guy, I'm like, when is this crap going to stop? And he said, oh, it's all, the company and this and that, nothing we can do about it. And I said, fine. I said, refund me the rest of my year membership. I'm done. And he did that. And so then I went over to Sam's. And so this was in Missouri. And then they had that stupid sign up that said, and we were in Cass County at the time, so there was no mandate in Cass County. And they said, mandated by blah, 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 you have to wear a mask. And so the person that was checking, your membership card and all that for you to go in, literally looked at me and said, ma'am, you have to put on a mask. You come in here. And I looked at that person. I can't remember. I had it a couple times, man and female. And I said, you know what? I said, your sign out there is so stupid and it's against the law. And if you knew your politics, you would know that there's no mandate. I'm not putting the damn mask on. And if you don't want me in here, you call the police and I'll get arrested. See, and I walked out with 2 carts of groceries.
See that? I don't even go that far.
Oh,
but hold on. Let's HG's 100% correct. If a business owner asks you to leave and he puts his hands on you, yeah, okay, all bets are off. I agree. I agree with that 100%. And
what was really interesting.
And what we do, hold on a second. What we do is we don't fight them. If they ask you to leave, and then you tell everybody about it, and we boycott those businesses. She likes arguing with people, so she confronts people. I just ask them right up front. I said, okay, what's more important, my money or the masking? And if they say the masking, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go someplace else that wants my money. And I just walk out. It's not worth fighting these people for, because they've already told you where they stand. And I'm going to give you a preview. I'm going to do a video sometime next week or this week on this subject. Because the mandates are coming back, whether we want them to or not. They're going to figure out how to do it. And in fact, there's already one school district in California, I think, that's actually doing it. They're going to try to do it again. And there's a lot of people that talked a really good game last time, and they ended up doing stuff that they said that they would never do.
They backed down.
They had a chance to say no, and they didn't. How often do you get a second chance? How often do you get a second chance to stand up and say no in a situation?
How lucky are you guys?
And my question is, how many people are actually going to do that? How many people do you think are actually going to take advantage of saying no a second time?
I think it's going to be the same numbers.
I think
it's going to take a while to get those numbers.
Okay, so Tag, I'm going to start a business, have rules that Tag has to wear a tomato on his head. You should do that. I won't come, but you should.
Basically what he's saying, Faith, is vote with your dollars. And so if they're telling you that you have to abide by these rules and it's a private business, then don't go in, don't shop there. And so, it just is what it is. At that point, in that time, it was so new. I wasn't really voting with my dollars at that time. Kind of sort of in a way, but not really. And so I was just trying to get pantry stocked and making sure that everybody was, my kids, us, everybody was taken care of.
See, Faith is right. This is really why having our networks in place is so freaking important. This is exactly why we talk about community and why we talk about making these alternative economies and becoming involved. And one of the best ways you can become involved, if you're not already a member of freesteading.com, go out there. The address is right there on the bottom. Go out there, and it's free to join. Get in there. There's all kinds of good forums in there. The two places I like, and you guys are here, you get sick of me saying this, the state pages and the calendar. Those are the two most important places on the entire site as far as I'm concerned.
And we get questions all the time. How do I start a community? What's the best way to go about bartering? That kind of thing. And that's it. It's community. It's getting yourself out there and then doing that, figuring out who's around you and who has something to contribute, right? Don't be a parasite, right? Contribute. Now, that doesn't mean give everything away.
Should we all do the window and yell, I'm mad as hell and I'm not taking any more.
Right.
You get a gold star for that reference. HG got it.
Right.
HG got it. But yeah, but that's so I'm going to do a video on that. And you know, politics is downstream of culture, and the culture needs to be changed, and we're changing it, you know, by taking a stand and saying no. You know, and no, as somebody pointed out last week, no is a complete sentence. And too many people don't say the sentence. You know, and if they do say it, they don't mean it.
You can be what? For freedom?
Okay. Freedom only works if it works both ways. You can't be for freedom but restrict somebody else's. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, if you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. Don't tell me I have to wear a mask. I'd like to breathe and have healthy lungs.
Oh, no, that's not. Who said, where was it?
Maybe Thor.
Oh, Skanes. I just told Walmart I was going in to buy masks.
So it was really funny to me. So even the other day, he says, I like to argue. I just like to stand up for myself. And so I was in the city and I ran into Walmart to get a few things. And it was really interesting. I had to check myself out because there were no freaking registers open. So nobody to check me out. So I checked myself out. The girl at the greeter or whatever, I think they're like wannabe security people, literally is watching me ring everything up. I get to the window or to the door to go out, and she literally says, "Can I see your receipt?" And I looked at her, just no. And she's like, "Okay, thank you." I just say no. One sentence, no.
You too.
Get me all wound up now.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No,
HG started it.
He did.
He's as big a troublemaker as
I just get so sick of this crap. I really do. It's like communism everywhere, and people so willing to comply with it. I just don't get it.
Label says fashion mask won't protect you from anything. So, you know what? It's not a trend. It's a safety blanket. It's a safety blanket because it makes people feel safe, even though it does nothing of that sort. It makes them feel safe. So, okay, where are we? I believe that, Virginia. I believe that 100%. So does alcohol wind you up or chill her out?
Chills me out.
Yeah.
Depends on how stupid somebody is in front of me.
Or how much you've had to drink.
Well, I mean, are you going to be stupid in front of me? Then, you know, that kind of thing. I don't do stupid well. Even when I'm not drinking. I just don't do stupid well. I think everybody should have some common sense and respect, but just saying.
And okay, I'm doing the Master Gardener thing this October. Curious if I'll be kicked out.
Was it Faith that has that? Faith,
yeah.
That's iced tea. One.
That's a good question. I wonder, I don't know. Of course, if you guys know our story, you know why I get bent out of shape about it.
We gave up a lot. We didn't sacrifice. We made choices. And gave up a lot.
Choices. We were not. Well, people disagree with me on this, but I wasn't forced to do anything. The only thing I had to do is make it.
Yeah, but don't that business tag. I'll disagree with you all day. Don't put some stupid saying on a banner and put it out in front of the store when it's not true and it's not the law, right? Don't be an idiot.
Well,
I'm gonna call idiot out all day long.
They have the right to do what they want.
I don't know. Tag, I love you. I disagree with that. I think that if we don't start speaking up and we don't, you know what? Tag's doing this to me on purpose. I'm gonna stop. He's trying to get me wound up.
Hey,
He
Brian.
knows my feelings.
So, but yeah, so that's where we're sitting. You know, just every day, stick your nose to the grindstone. Do what you got to do. You know, don't let the heat beat you down.
Get your houses in order. Make sure you're ready.
Start
Uh-huh.
building your networks. Start building your communities.
Yeah. Whatever provisions you've gone through, make sure you stack those back up. But it's more expensive now. I've watched those food prices and stuff go up. Prices of everything. It's insane. I mean, I don't know how our economy is so quote unquote healthy when I see everybody's baskets a quarter full of what they used to be, and they're hungry. They're very, very hungry.
Yeah, she's right. Speak up loudly with the language they understand.
Yes.
Money.
Yep. No digital coin. Not doing that. All they want to do is monitor what you're doing, what you're buying.
Rick likes it. Rooster likes it whenever you get feisty. I don't.
Tag
like
does
it.
too. Tag does it on purpose.
You're
But,
so
yeah.
easy. You're just.
I guess.
You're just one giant red button that says "push me."
Yet you push it.
I
all
don't
the
push
time. You
squat.
do. Yes, you do. Anyway, but yeah, no. I grew up in the military. I married military. I just can't do stupid. Sorry. Hope it doesn't offend any. Well, actually, I don't care.
Okay, it is going on 7:40.
7:45. It's actually the sun's gonna set, and I bet you the chickens are ready.
Yeah, we need to go put the chickens away. I need to get
dark at 8:00 last night.
Did it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was in the shower.
Yeah.
I had to
was
get
like,
cleaned up.
I looked out the window and I'm like, is it dark in here? And I realized it's dark. And I was like, oh crap, chickens and turkeys gotta go away.
I did a short and it's posting sometime in the next week or so after I'd been working outside all day long, and I didn't realize how dirty I was. But I just posted anyway. I mean, I got mud on my face and crap in my beard, and I look terrible.
It's life.
You know?
It's life. I went out in public. I didn't even realize until after, I saw it a week ago, 2 weeks ago or something, and I was out in town and I looked down at my shorts and I realized that I just had dirt everywhere. If people can wear their pajamas to Walmart and their house slippers, I can wear dirt on my shorts. This is not a big deal.
Okay. Well, with that, I hope I didn't tread any place that's going to upset anybody at YouTube. Well, actually, I don't care.
We didn't do it. They did it. It's all other Homestead's fault. Tag's fault.
No, it's my channel. I own it. I could have very easily steered away from it, but no. Because guys, it's stuff that needs to be said.
Yeah, it's important. It really is important. So,
and what else is important?
Be at least 1% better tomorrow than you were today. And until next time, go live a life done free.
All right, guys, take care.